Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Three Bands. Got an amazing pair of shoes to show with you. You see it's a Stan Smith, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it. Of course, it's the 50th anniversary, as you may or may not know. The Chris Severn, I had an opportunity to travel to Thousand Oaks, California, spend some time with his family, his wife, Jackie. Thank you for the hospitality and the stories. David, thank you so much for your hospitality and connecting with me and sharing me a little bit about your life and growing up with Chris. And of course, to Chris, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you and learn about all the projects you had, learn about, of course, the Superstar firsthand and the Stan Smith silhouette, which, as you may not know, Chris Severn with Horst Dassler was a huge part in developing this leather silhouette. But anyway, what's going on is Adidas is going to bring Stan Smith and his family over to Herzog and just, commemorate one of the most successful shoes in the world. And I think it's fitting because Stan Smith, as you know, he won Wimbledon in 1972 with that smashing win, which is one of the reasons why Chris Severn and Horst Dassler picked him to wear this shoe. At that time, there were no leather shoes. This is around the 1956, I think, is when Horst and Chris Severn hooked up. There were no leather shoes as far as the uppers developed at all. They didn't exist. So with Horst Dassler and Chris Severn they started developing the tennis shoe, and they also started developing the basketball shoe. And as you know, the Superstar and then the Stan Smith came out of this. What's really, really neat about this is that as they were looking for other players, Chris had put this shoe on many other successful players, but they just didn't have that right ambassador of the brand. With that 1972 win, they had the right guy. So they reached out to him, and in 1973, Chris was able to hand deliver freshly minted Stan Smith shoes with the gold Stan Smith on the side. And the rest is history, right? A couple things that I wanted to share about the shoe, with it of course being one of the first all leather shoes and tennis shoes, was how did this design come about, right? It was just amazing, and I can't even find the words to tell you, to see the man that created a pair of shoes hold it in his hand and talk to you about how it came to be fruition, and just talk about the style aesthetics. Horst Dassler and Chris, they both were very adamant on coming up with a very elegant and timeless classic. They didn't want to muck the shoe up a lot. They wanted to keep it very simple and clean. You notice that there are no stripes on this shoe. That's for a couple reasons. A, of course, they wanted to make it different and sleek and smooth. But another reason is that at that time in Wimbledon, you could only wear all white. So there was really no sense in putting stripes on there. All white, that's all you could wear. Another thing they wanted to do was make the bottom different, where it has these dimples on the bottom. This is called the dish. What's cool about this, and I'm going to hold it up and you may not be able to see, but if you have a pair of Stan Smiths, go grab them out of your closet or go grab them out of your bedroom, wherever you may keep them, and do this to the shoe. And what you're going to notice, I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to just go up and backwards. Is that these dimples, okay, they kind of act like little mini cleats, because one set of dimples is about this height and the next one is this height and the next one is this height. So you'll see that when you bend that sole up, that they're going to be a rows up and rows down. The whole idea is that those would bend and grip in to the surface. At that time, there were no asphalt tennis courts, right? So all the tennis courts were played on grass, like Wimbledon still is to this day. So that was the whole idea, that it would just grip into the shoe. Besides that, this is just adorned with Chris Severn's signature, but really it's not a big signature from Chris Severn, because this shoe is to commemorate Stan Smith and just the wild success that he's had with Adidas. And what a beautiful shoe. This shoe was released, I believe, in last year, and it was sent to Chris Severn, and it's an all vegan shoe. I even heard something online about maybe it's made with mushrooms, which I just thought was a fun story in general. But Adidas is very committed to sustainability and providing shoes that can be recyclable, and also can be, if you leave them, they'll just decompose, which I think is really neat. So I'll just grab this shoe and just kind of show it and give you a tour around, because that's what I love to do. Nice, beautiful, that Stan Smith gold hit. And this is just a nice representation of how this shoe has been since it was hand delivered by Chris in 1973 to Stan Smith. What an amazing silhouette. What an amazing story. Again, thank you to Chris. I will say this. Chris Severn did do a video tribute. That's kind of one of the reasons I was there, to help shoot that. He is going to present that to the family in Herzog, Germany. So after all that has been done, then we're definitely working with Chris to get that released, because I am so excited for the rest of the world out there to see that Chris is alive and well, and to see him talk about the shoes, and just so everybody can get exposure back to him, because he's got some really great projects coming up that I'm excited to share with you, but that's going to be in due time. But until the next pair of shoe, until the next great story, this is 3 Band, and I'm out. Always collect what you love. Thank you.